Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Long time no sit down to talk video. If you're new here, my name is Vanessa and this is a lifestyle vlog. So basically vlogs, story times, rant and bants, just everything simple, nothing too crazy. So if you're up for that, please do subscribe. Now I understand why the Bible said um it's easier for children to make heaven, right? When I was young, like when I was growing up, I was this type of person that was very forgiving. Like I was very trusting, one, and very forgiving, two. So it was it was not hard for me to make friends. It was not hard for me to make friends at all. Um, and bring the friends around my house. I had so many people who came to my house back then. We did live in a big house, so I always felt like there's enough room for everyone so far as my parents are fine with it. Most of them, my parents were not even fine with this. So sometimes these people will come to my house when my parents were not around, like after school hours, when they're still at work, and then they will leave before my parents come back. But the ones my parents were okay with, some of them did sleepovers, some of them came around when my parents were around, all of that stuff. And to me, it was just, that's just such a beautiful life. And even when people offended me or did stuff to me, it was very easy for me to forgive. People did do me dirty. People did do me dirty. But it wasn't, I wouldn't say it was too crazy, except for one girl. Her name is Vanessa. That girl was so evil. Like, aside Vanessa, I think with most other people, it wasn't too deep. When I came to Lagos, I was about what, 14 or 15? That's when I started to see that people are, yeah, shit. Like people are mean. Like, see, I started to see people for who they are, truly are. Like in the like with the littlest things. So, for example, I was in Cameroon in the French speaking part, and we do a lot of pecking on the cheeks to greet. If you know French people, that's how a lot of them grade. So when I came to Lagos and I started jam class, I was doing that. So I'll just come, I'll just hug, like, hi, good morning, a hug. And to me, it's just a hug. Like, I'm just hugging you to tell you good morning. I'm happy to see you. And that's it. Like, I had zero bad mind or anything like that. And one day I came to jam class, and one of my friends then was like, oh, um, can you imagine what this guy was saying about you? I said, what was he saying? That he was talking with his friends and he was like, um, if you want a free 360 hug, just hug Vanessa. That one they hug anyhow, like just, you know, basically was sexualizing the hug that I was giving just to say hi with a clean and clear mind. And I remember crying that morning because I was so hurt. Like, how will I just hug you to tell you good morning, and this is what you're saying about me? Like, it just hurt my feelings. And I feel like since then, giving anyone 360 hug is a no no for me. Like, unless we are like cool friends. Yeah. Otherwise, I give people what we call deeper life hug. Yes, because I don't want nobody being funny, or I don't even hug at all. Period. So when I came to Lagos, I just started learning and seeing how silly and mean people can be over very little and stupid things. And slowly but surely, it started building trust issues. Like, both trust issues, like, like I started really screening people who come around me because it was just like, people are weird. Like, what? You know? I started protecting my peace more, protecting my space more. And then I got into university, and this one is actually funny because when I was in 100 level, I got a hostel. I went to Unilag, and if you know Unilag, you know that to get hostel sometimes can be very challenging, right? Yeah, but with my 100 level, I got a hostel. And when I got the hostel, my dad did tell me that he didn't want me to squat anyone. Um, that he didn't want me to squat anyone. Number one, that was my first time leaving the house. Like I'd never been to a boarding school or anything. I was a day student all the whole time. Up until this point, I've never had to leave somewhere outside of the house. So my dad felt like me squatting someone, it might just turn sour and then it will affect my experience. So he was very strict about like do not squat anyone. Like just experience being in the hostel, just you with roommates, but don't squat just to avoid trouble. Also, squatting was illegal, but yeah, people do squat. I mean, there were not enough hostels anyway, so yeah. So I didn't have any issue with squatters or people squatting necessarily, but my dad just didn't want me to squat anyone for that 100 level, which the man was right. He was so right because eventually someone who was, I thought was really my good friend, needed a space. And the person was going to need that space for, not for the whole of the 100 level, it was for a period of time, maybe for most of it, but like it doesn't matter. I just felt like I really want to help this person. So I didn't know how to say no. Do you understand? Like I knew my dad said I shouldn't squat anyone, but like I didn't know how to say no. So just so I don't, because again, I had this very innocent mindset. I didn't want to lie to my dad. So if my dad asked me if you're squatting anyone, I say no, and I'm not lying. So I now told her that okay, fine. Um, I will, but we're gonna find a way around it so that it's not gonna be like I'm disobeying my dad. So I had this roommate who, even though she got the hostel, she wasn't interested in staying in the hostel because the hostel was far from the faculty. So she would just come sometimes, just pack her things or just put her things in her locker and leave. So I then asked her that, oh, that please can she um quote unquote squat my friend, that my friend would technically be staying on my side of the room, her things would be in my locker, so it's like I'm squatting her, but like just for like cover sake, if someone asks who is squatting who, can she just say she's squatting my friend? She did, I mean, it didn't make sense to her. Like, technically, you are squatting her, but if that's what you want, if you just need someone to say, oh, yeah, I'm the one squatting her, then fine, I can do that. That was the arrangement. My friend was there when we had this discussion. So she knew that technically I'm the one squatting her, but like, just because I don't want it to look like I was to my dad and to maybe anyone who wants to ask officially, then the other girl was squatting her, and the girl was never in the room. So my friend was in my side of the room. We would eat together, go to class together, cook together. Things were in my locker, all of that. So you won't believe that months into us staying into the room, she she joined my roommates to gang up against me over a misunderstanding, and yeah, over a misunderstanding, and when I found out the things they were saying and the things they were doing, I had to call out like, I don't understand. Why, if you felt this way, why didn't you tell me? Why are you um discussing me with my roommates? Like, for God's sake. Um, she's like, yeah. I mean, she tried to tell me, but like blah blah blah, she was hurt. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't say whatever you think I said in a bad way. I was joking with you, but if I thought it hurt you to the point that you felt it wasn't a joke, you should have just told me. Like I would just apologize and do whatever I need to do to clear things up. But you going behind my back to be having conversations with my roommates and saying nasty things about me, and then I was like, have you forgotten I'm the one squatting you and you're treating me like, and she just said, you're not the one squatting me, remember? You're not the one squatting me. The other girl that is squatting me. I was like, ooh. She was like, yeah. That in fact, she's going to remove everything from my locker, if that's what it is. Wow. I was so hurt. Like, I wasn't even trying to like rub it in her face, like, oh, I'm squatting, I did a favor. I was trying to say that we are in this room together, like we came in together, right? Like you're squatting with me. If we have problems, you come to me directly, like, why are you going? That's what I meant. And she knew that was what I meant, and she threw that in my face. And I remember being so hurt because like, you know, and yeah, eventually she left the room because like I said, she wasn't planning on staying for the whole term 100 level. She left sometime in second semester, I think. Oh, but that scared me. That really scared me. But yeah, I just realized that when I moved on to my next hostel in the next year and all that, I found it hard to I find it hard to be besties with my roommates or anything like that. Yeah, I remember in my final year, my roommates they really did think I was just a cold-hearted bitch. Yeah, but I was like, I'd rather be a cold-hearted bitch than to go through what I went through my 100 level because that was my first time being away from home and being treated the way I got treated. It really, really hurt me. So basically, what I'm just trying to say is that I just started to see who people are, like people, the kind of things people will do to you, regardless of the sacrifices you make for them, and all that. And it's just like, whoa. So now, like, I've gotten to a point where a lot of things I do, I have very few friends, and it's obvious why. Because, first of all, moving from another country to another country, I had to start making friends afresh. When I just moved to Lagos, it wasn't like now that there's social media strong. You can keep in touch with someone who is like the social media strong. You can keep in touch with someone that is in another continent and it's fine. Then it wasn't really like that. So I got to, conversations with my friends, my close friends back then reduced. And before you knew it, everybody started moving on with their lives. So I had to make friends afresh. And being confronted with all these challenges, of course, I didn't make a lot of friends or friends that I trusted that are close to me. So you see, my circle is so small. It's so small. It's not because I don't like friends, it's just because of how things turned out, right? And now I just realized that I've gotten to the point where if you offend me, especially if it's something that is like serious, chances that we won't be friends again. We could be acquaintances, we could be cool, but I won't use the word friendship when it comes to you. I won't. I'm not saying this that people haven't given second chances to, but like for me to give you second chance or even third chance, that means we had gotten to a certain level in the friendship that was so deep that I'm like, okay, this has to just be a mistake. Do you understand? Like it's not you. You made a mistake. And it also depends on the type of mistake, you know? Because there's a kind of mistake people do, baby, fuck off. I'm sorry. And then if I give you second, third chance and you mess it up, the book is closed. Like it is closed. Like the gate is closed. It is closed. Okay. And 2 days, 3 days ago, rather, I was having a conversation with my siblings. I was just trying, like, telling them some of the life experiences I've had, especially since I came to Lagos. And, my brother was like, dang. Because my brother schooled in Owerri, I schooled in Lagos. So we're very close growing up. But, having schooled in different places like that, there's some things that we just never got to talk about. Like, now, like, yeah. So, all of these things he didn't know till we're just talking about it. I just remembered some of them and I was telling him and my kid sister. And my brother was like, dang, no wonder, like, you have almost before you trust someone, like, this is crazy. And, like, most times you're very skeptical about people. Now it makes sense because, damn, like, people are funny. I'm like, yeah, people are really funny. Like, and when you've gone through these things again and again, it's just engraved in you. Like you don't even want to like get to the point where you now have to start creating boundaries with them. From the get-go, you have already created the boundaries because you don't even want, you know, you don't want rubbish. So and there's some things, when I was young, growing up, like if you do me anything, I'll just forgive. But like to be honest, now there's some things I have to pray to God, like God help me. Lord help me. I know I'm supposed to forgive as the Christian that I am, but baby, mm-mm, this one hurts. Like, I don't know. I really do not know. And years ago, I would if anybody was making saying prayer near me, I'll be like, it's not just forgive, like I'll just forgive. But like now I'm like So help me God. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I don't forgive people. I'm not saying that I don't um make friends. I'm not saying I don't, but I'm just saying that it's now harder to forgive certain things. Do you understand? It's now much harder to forgive certain things. It's now way harder to trust people. Adulting is crazy. I feel like adulting is crazy, not just because you're paying bills or going to work and life can be tough. It's also crazy because the friendship dynamics, the relationship dynamics with people also changes, and it can be really hard. That's basically what I wanted to rant about. Let me know what you guys think. Do you find it harder to trust people, forgive people since you grew up or started adulting? Have you had crazy life experiences? I've had a lot. I don't even know how to start from, but I'll start narrating it. But maybe it'll be a story time in subsequent videos. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.